Internet, this is Z Schrodinger's cat, and welcome to another episode of the Ripple Effect Minecraft SMP. Last time we did some terraforming over at the PvP Capture the Flag arena, and we also made this sheep farm, my redstone, that I am very, very proud of. I am very exceptionally proud of it. Definitely more proud than it warrants, as it is very simple, but it works! And I have been collecting wool. I have made a few changes. Okay, I'm out of the range of the jumping beacon, and I have no blocks. Excellent. Wait, I do have blocks. I'm saved. I have filled in this slab that was missing because wool kept getting stuck on top of these slabs, and I have also replaced the slabs that were down here with trapdoors so that you're a little bit lower down, because what was happening was I was a little bit too high up and I kept flipping these things. So now it's pretty easy had I brought shears to shear said sheep. And it all works really well, but now I need to figure out how to decorate the rest of this. As I said last episode, I want to have a machine that's sucking up color and processing it. And then I also have to have an area for storage, which I might consider doing item filters for and sorting the wool if I feel really, really ambitious. My redstone success has emboldened me, and I'll ride this false confidence to the grave. The first thing I need to do is dig out a bunch of that, because I want to have blenders, like fan blender type things. I've cleared it up to that height, and I think that will work for now. I do have to do a bit of measuring, because I want to make some fans, and I want them to be at a fairly reasonable interval, but I guess I can just make it. So the idea with these fans is to create something that looks like a fan but does not look like a swastika. Okay, that's our goal for today. And so I'm probably not gonna want to do one with 4 little fan thingies, because that's when you get into Hitler Town, and that's not my ideal vacation locale. And I'm doing this very organically right now, but I can adjust this later. So I do want this to be a little bit thicker there. That works for that one. This needs to be a little bit thicker, but I think I might want to do it more from this side so that it's not too close to that one. Same thing for this side, needs to be a little bit thicker, but I'm going to move it a little bit this way to make it more of an even interval between the different things. Then I think I will continue this upward and have some beams coming across here. They'll probably come out here where there will be a rim to the thing. Then I'll also do the same thing horizontally to the other fans. And then I think when we make our grid, once we make our grid, I want to dig this out, and I want to put glass fog in varying shades and colors, aligning with the rainbow that we made with the sheep down there. Then when we get up to the actual sheep area, if I can pillar my way up a little bit, that's gonna move. But I want to put some glowstone up here, and then I want to put a little something like that. I don't actually like that. I don't like it. I'll put trapdoors maybe, but I don't have any because I didn't come prepared. But what I do want to do is I want to have wisps of color coming up from each of the sheep pens, and I want to make it look like it's being sucked up into these fans. Now, this layer of stone is still here because I need it as scaffolding for doing the roof, but once that is gone, I should be able to connect all these little things up. I can remove some of these, and I'll do the same for each of the colors. Up where these are going to form squares, I want to line it with andesite slabs, and then back here, I want to have glowstone, kind of like the same pillars we did down by the storage area. So that'll be lit up back there. I'll probably stick some glass on it, because it looks a little bit strange with the glowstone exposed, so yes. I could also do panes. That might be better so that we don't have that flush lack of a depth change for the block change. Once it gets to this point on the wall, I think I want to have a too thick little molding thing back here, and then I'll probably mirror this shape down, and that will go all the way down. I think back here, I'll continue doing the glowstone in hope that that might not be too liney. Hopefully that'll be broken up enough. Back here, I might just do andesite. This is gonna be behind a lot of color things and a lot of objects, so it doesn't need to be super detailed. I will most likely put slabs like that as we continue moving, and the slabs will be up like that as well. I can do some crenellation type things, and that'll give it some interest. I might want to use a similar shape across here, and then back here I can put, I don't know, something. I can continue to put cyan clay back here maybe, or I could grab some wool or concrete or something like that. I think having a darker background will be good, and this will continue down in intervals to the bottom there. And that should be a good wall design. That should be enough interest. I probably will change this to something else. But I also need to deal with this area. And I think the best way to do that is I need to come up enough to hide the redstone. So I think I will do... I kind of want to have a bit of a hallway here, but I can't... Oh, I guess I can. I guess I can do... No, I can't because the redstone's there. Hackers. Maybe I'll do stairs in the middle here, that there's a way up, and then it will cross like that. I want to have a better way of going out than going out into the 1 block wide pathway thing here. So I think I want to have this come across here. Again, I might change it. I might change it up to either wool or gray concrete or something like that, but I definitely do want to have another molding up like that. I'm not entirely sure where this relates to the thing I already built. Ooh, this is actually a block back. Might not be a huge problem, though. Let me knock out a little bit of this and see if I can figure out what's happening here. This is going to continue down. I can't see how many blocks it was. It's, 2. Best scaffolding block in the game. So I will put the gray over here. This will continue, and that will meet up there. Like that. But how to deal with this? I'm thinking maybe I stop that there and have some sort of block underneath here, so that this comes across here. These are doing the crenellation thing. Then this walkway will continue all the way down with these little staircases at each of the things. Am I able to make this a 3-wide staircase? I think I can, actually. Yeah, that's better. I might actually want to knock this out and make this andesite as well, so it looks like one staircase instead of stopping abruptly. So I am just going to bring all of these elements all around the everywhere. Okay, this is working out quite well. I want to make a few changes up here. These things here are looking kind of, I don't know, just kind of formless, I guess. So I'm going to make some little arches over here to make it look a little bit more sturdy at its base and give it a bit more shape and form. I think that's good. I wonder what it would look like if I did that, or perhaps if I removed not that one, but this one up here. Yes, I think. Do I want to remove these and have this be a singular little thing? I could have it be a different block, like that. Not sure about that. Now I'm just messing around. What does that look like? That's weird. Okay, nope. That's a negatory on those. Andesite stairs? Maybe. Actually, yes. I think that works. What happens if I remove the corners here? Will that look weird? Yes. That's yes. The answer is yes. Maybe I can put some little things like that to make it look more like a screw. Maybe put some here as well. That's certainly interesting. I'm wondering, if I made it square, would that be too square? Yes, that's too square. I'm not entirely happy with how this ends just like that. And this transition right here, that looks weird to me. I don't think I like these here. Now that looks weird. Huh. What if I put this one flat up there and then like that? Yes? I have fallen. I have fallen down. Yes. I've taken down a layer of stone, and now I want to put something on the bottom here because this looks weird. I think what I want to do is like stairs in a circle type thing around like that. And then some slabs here. Slabs on the corner, and I think a little thingy in there like that. Does that look good? Not really. Let me take those corners off. I don't think the corners are working, but I think the inner bit is good. Yes, that is good. And all of those components are in. I've changed this outside bit a little bit more to give it some depth and shape. Took out some of the bars up there because it was looking really liney, and I didn't like that. So I changed it, and I think the walls are better for it. You can see a little bit more of the stuff that's behind it. I felt like before it was blocking a lot of the area, and you couldn't really see it. There's still not a lot of great view or sight lines, in part because by form and necessity it has to be like this. I wish I could change this block to something else, like this, but all the sheep would get out if I changed it, so I can't. It's that way forever. Forever and ever and ever. But I dug out the rock and dirt that was on top of this because I want to start creating the what was that? Glass fog! There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know that there are 16 of these. I think there's 13. So some of the colors are gonna get the boot. But I guess that's okay. I could handle the center bit a little bit more easily. I could do that front panel and this panel over on these sides here to be the same color, so this would be the same color as that color, and this would be a different color, and that would be the same color as that color, if that makes any sense. And then over here, putting some colors back here different than the colors over here, because these are closer together? I don't know. I'm gonna put andesite here to start with, and then I'm going to line each thing with the color wool that I'm going to put the glass for. It's so rainbow now! It doesn't look exactly as I imagined it, but I think it looks okay. If I were to do it again, I would bring the glass down 1 block so it's closer to where those andesite slabs are, but I am not redoing that because it took a long time. But now I need to do something about this part up here because this looks ugly as balls. So I mostly just need to make it look like kind of a machine front, so that shouldn't be too difficult. This glowstone's unnecessary, this glowstone's unnecessary, this... Okay. Alright, I got it. Okay, I got it. Alright, so I want to come up and bring the same glowstone, glass pane type thing up where these are. I also want to fill this square here with some glass to give it a little bit of a front because it looks... I don't know, it feels like I need some sort of separation there. So I'm going to grab some... I guess just different colors of glass. I think maybe just different grays, white, something like that. And I want to mix it in splotches. A lot like how I did the surface of that clock over yonder. I considered having like colored glass, like rainbow colored glass, but I think the color is best put... Well, that doesn't help. Like I was saying, I think the color is best put in specific areas because then... If most of the machine is like grays and whites, and then there's these splashes of color, it'll make the color stand out more than if it's actually just a big kind of vomit type. Sometimes limiting the amount of color that you use can actually increase the impact of the color that you do have. That's been something that I have been struggling to incorporate my entire life because my instincts is just to fill it all up with color and just like vomit color all over the place like I got food poison from the color machine and now it's coming out both ends. So I have to teach myself a little bit of self-restraint and hopefully it will help me in the future. I think that looks pretty good. That stuff up there is also going to be filled in. I think I want to take some gray wool and I want to fill in this background here and then I'm going to put details in front of it. Probably similar details as the ones on the wall over there. Those little nobule bar separator thingies. I don't know what to call them. The andesite slab thingies. Yeah, I like that. And it's going to look better when that stuff up there is covered up. Because currently there's a lot going on. There's going to be less going on. So I also want to add some... That's not the right chest. There we go. Andesite slabs. I think I don't know if this will actually look good, but I am going to try it out. To put andesite slabs here and also up here, and this will take care of spawning spaces and also maybe add some detail, question mark? It might be a little much. Actually, I like that. I have run out of gray wool, and I'm continuing to collect it, but you get an idea of what it's going to start to look like. I have fallen. Again, I want to add these things at varying intervals. Probably every, I don't know, 3 blocks? I think I need to raise that lower one up. In the meantime, I can work on the color swirls. I removed the one I did before because it didn't look good when I took out the stone divider, so I think I'm going to have it be mostly glass, because the one that was there was really blocking a lot of view. I was having the problem of this area being too cluttered and you couldn't really see what was going on, so I removed that, and I'm going to just put some more glass around. I'm also, let's see, I didn't bring any scaffolding because that would be too smart, but I do want to have, okay, alright, I have nothing. All I have is glass. All I have is glass. Okay, great. I'm going to have some of it dripping down from here and going towards where I have the glass on the bottom part here, and that's much less bulky. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do light in here. Currently, I just have a bunch of torches, but for now, I'm just going to worry about this. I can have a little bit leaking over like that, and there we have it. All of them are in. Honestly, I think this looks pretty cool. Some of the areas look less cool than others. That line is looking good, but once you get starting to get over here, that's a little weird. But, however, as a whole, I think it's pretty good. This section over here where the colors aren't best isn't also the best, but that's okay. I think the idea was executed successfully. I want to try replacing this. Can I replace this? Crap, I can't. I can't, because there's redstone there. Damn it, I was gonna put glowstone down there, but nope. So much for that good plan. Can I put it? Nope, can't put it there. Can I put it here? Nope, nowhere to put light. Crap, how about right here? Yeah, actually, yes, I can put it there. So here, and then back here, I will put something, andesite. There we go, and then some glass. And glass. Yeah, and how's the light level? And if I put one over here, I have to make sure it's not spawnable. Because if a creeper explodes and my sheep get out, terrible, terrible things will happen that I cannot be held legally responsible for. Alright, where's the light? Light. Everything looks okay. Great. Okay. Spectacular. I found a way to do it. Yay. Okay. Alright. That's not so bad. I need to add some shape to the corners. Gonna use some terracotta for that, I think. The one problem with this place is that if you ever need a lot of one color, it takes a while. But I have been farming every color, so hopefully I will build up a backlog. Where's this gonna land me? Okay, alright, good enough. Alright, up we go. I have 1, 2, few. Love it. Okay, wonderful. I can do the cyan terracotta. I think I will do a 2 wide one up along the corner, then I think another 2 wide one, and then every other block I put one in the space between. And look at that! I don't even need the thing. The universe knew ahead of time that I would not need that block. Okay, I want to, let's see. I'm gonna need to break, I think, this area up a little bit. Could do lines. I could put a line every 2 blocks. That does line up well. I'm going to try a couple different intervals of lines. I don't think it'll look good, but I do want to try every other block. I think it will look a little bit weird because we have every other block on the little onesies over here, but it's worth a shot. I think that's actually okay. I think that works. I think I also want to bring a 2 block line over the top. Think maybe out, pushed one out a little bit because I want it to be on a different depth level than this thing right here, and I want it to be 2 wide and this color. So, that's pretty much the only option I have. That should work well. I'm also going to curve this over this way to come down horizontally because I feel like that shape needs to continue. And now I'm stuck. Yay! And I'm out of blocks! And then when I get to this point out here where this changes, I'm going to kick it out a little bit. I'm not entirely sure how I'm handling this because I don't know what's going to be on this wall or this wall. Obviously, I still need to put the dining table in the middle with the spiders that I mentioned in some number of episodes ago. And then I think I'm going to make this too wide, horizontally speaking. I don't want to cover this up because I like how it looks with the daylight kind of shining through there. Originally, I put glowstone up here before and it didn't look that good. Honestly, it looked dark and I don't know, something about the shadows just made it look even busier than it already was. Maybe it would look different with the glass little tendrils of color coming through now, but I don't really feel like doing that. So, I think I'm going to probably make some shapes in the thing like this. Maybe cover all of the wool that's exposed here inside terracotta. I brought some andesite slabs. That might work. I could do one line of them around here. Just line the outsides of these, bring this down, then have andesite slabs in the middle, everywhere where there isn't cyan terracotta, just to create a top of the machine, and maybe I can have more glass coming up and kind of trailing out like smokestacks. That's okay, not great, but okay. I want to start adding some glass, and it's gonna be pretty similar to the way I was doing it before, but I want it to be wisping upwards, and hopefully I will be able to see it from over the top. Just little smoke trails in various colors. Can I see that over the top? Not from here. Not from here. Let's see, let's go over here to the other side. Well, now I can sort of see it. It's not that visible in front of the mountain. Yes? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that for now, I need to start figuring out what's going to be around this thing before I continue adding pieces to it. So I am going to start working on these walls here. And I think I'm going to do regular terracotta. And I want to have just kind of a clay fading. I'm going to have cracks. I'm going to have splotches of light gray terracotta and granite and stuff like that. But first, I'm going to bring up some walls of regular terracotta, probably all the way up to where the top of that machine thing is. There. Now, obviously, that needs changing because it's big and flat and looks like a sunburned flesh cube, and that is not what we're going for. So, I want to add some openings and cracks. I think that this thing here is a good prototype for some of them. I think most of them will be smaller than that, like more like lightning bolt shaped. But I can follow a similar example. I have this twinge of light gray terracotta, and then it kind of fades back into like a darker red-brown color, and then out the front, I guess we can transition to this color or something like that. I don't know. That's a good intermediary color, I think. I think I will also match the height of this with the height of the terrain here, because I think incorporating that will be pretty cool. There's some really good terrain around here, and I intend to have this open, so I think it will look better having an organic shape to where the walls end. We can have it crumbling a little bit, and then I don't know where to go from there. I want to grab some light gray terracotta, some, what I use? Red terracotta. Now I want to break out some chunks of this here. It would be more efficient for me to build this while I was building up the regular terracotta wall, because then I wouldn't have to remove blocks, but it is much, much easier to design things when you have a flat color to work with, because your brain can treat it as negative space. And then I will continue digging out these areas. So these will be a light gray terracotta. I actually forgot some granite. I need granite. And granite on this layer, because this front layer here is going to be light terracotta, and I'm going to blend that in a gradient, in a random gradient, towards the rest of it. I think I will go back to red terracotta. Over there, I went back to this color, but I think that would look weird with this color also on the outside layer. So I will leave that to be that. I don't know what I'll do over there. I think it's fine because that's a much bigger area. This is much more limited. That one might be a little bit too large. I think I will make others smaller, but I think that does satisfy the idea. I have constructed this enormous dirt monstrosity as scaffolding for this place because it is large and it is tall. I want to continue with the rest of these cracks in a little bit more of an organized way. I need to change the beacon, but whatever. I want to draw out some lines for the cracks before I do all of that stuff and go back all the way, and I can widen them later. I just want to create like 1 block wide lines wherever I want there to be cracks, just so I can keep track of the composition and also the number and the clustering and all the things that happen when cracks exist. I want to make the cracks on this wall move with the curve of the shape around it. I think I'm going to do something different with this wall over here where it's all flat. I think I'll probably put a door, and then over here will just be regular wall and have it be more cracked and organic, because that seems like these have a nice shape here, and this one is just flat, because that's just how the terrain was, so I think that would be a good place for a door, because we don't actually have one as far as the setting goes. I think that's good for cracks. I think anything more and it will look like it's crumbling to absolute pieces, and that's not necessarily the best. So now it's time to put in the light gray terracotta splotches. The light gray terracotta is in, and I made sure to make some little trails at the points of all of these things to kind of accentuate the shape and give more motion to it. It looks a bit weird now, but I think it will look really good in context of everything else we're gonna build. So, I think it needs a little bit more detail like down here, but I think that could be best served by putting some sort of object there rather than adding more to the wall, because it already looks pretty beat up as it is. Now, I do want to terraform a little bit over the edge there and have it merging into the mountain and natural terrain. I'm not going to change this terrain drastically because I think it's fine and actually looks pretty good, but I am going to have to tweak it because I want it to come over the edge and hang over most of this wall area, because that's more or less a decent way to transition it rather than just having it stop like this, which I think looks a little bit weird. So I'm gonna do it in stone for now. I don't know if I will keep stone. I might replace it with clay, but that will allow me to not waste materials on the areas that I have to place blocks over, like that one right there. I don't have to worry about that, because I have forever stone, and if I run out of forever stone, I have forever cobblestone. And then I will have to blend it into the rest, which means I will have to change some elevations a little bit so it doesn't look like it's regular terrain, and then bloop, there's a little bump like it's a swollen, and now there's regular terrain, so there we go. I want to have a similar style terrain to the kind we have over yonder, with the terracotta cliffs and the clay and sand beachy ashy kind of thingy thing. It was a really good explanation. I'm trying to work on my explanations, and that one I feel like is a culmination of months of work. A nice perk of keeping the stone, though, is there are slabs and stairs now. Pros and cons, I say. I do think I want to continue the cracks into the terrain where I have them reaching the edge of this wall here, so right here, and there's a couple over there. So I'm going to shape the stone around it a little bit and leave those areas, and then I will probably dig this out a little bit, and then I could have it going into some sort of river? I don't know, but I will cover it in this block and the red terracotta if I need be. Well, I died. Again. And I lost my stuff. Again! And my elytra! Again! But I've been doing a lot of terraforming. Once I get done navigating my extremely difficult to travel around base, I will show you. All the way up there, all the way across here. If I had an elytra right now, it would be a lot easier to show you, but I don't. All the way over here, I've been drastically changing that. There's still areas like right over there that I need to finish up, but I've been drastically changing, digging, I've been putting stone all over the place. All over the damn place. So the next step is to color it, and get details into it. And I will probably continue expanding it all the way around, everywhere. But that'll have to wait till next episode, because we've done quite a lot today. We made that big machine, and we did the walls, and I did all this stuff, and so I'm gonna have to say good day to you, Internet, and thank you for watching.